This is Nick with Nick's Lock and Security. Once again, we're back with the Maverick key machine. I wanted to show you when you calibrate it to a standard key and then you want to do an, I'll use the term loosely, older car. In my case, it is an 04 Saturn Vue Key, which requires the extra shoulder stops that I showed you in the first video. So these ones you have to use for the calibration reasons, and some of the I just push them like I put it together, close that part so that centers those jaws. Once again, I'm just going to put this on here, line it up with line number 2. Then I go ahead and I close it. Then right over here on the app, I get calibration, jaw 1 or step 1, hit OK. And we calibrate. Okay, so we are back with the calibrated first step. Now we're going to hit standard key and recalibrate for the standard key, even though we're going to be changing the jaws out on this. Now I calibrate every time I turn the machine back on. I don't know if that's required. I just figure it's safer than not. Okay, now, as with the Triton or the Black Widow devices, over here on the phone app, which we'll zoom into now, you have different settings. So cars, motorcycles. Unlike the Triton and the Black Widow, the Maverick is designed to do standard tubular key and standard commercial residential tubular keys out of the box. You have all the software. The only thing you have to buy separately would be the jaws. As you can see on the calibration screen, you have single-sided jaw for regular keys, tubular for tubulars. So, kind of an advantage is for the $2,000 price tag of this machine that you actually get more on the software side than you do on the more expensive machines. So here, as I said before, we're going to be using a Saturn Vue Key that I happen to have. So we're going to skim down the edge of the screen till we get to Saturn. It is a Vue. It is an 04, so it's 02 to 07. So you can see here it gives you your code series. It is a 10 cut, and you're going to hit this bar right here. Okay, my phone's had to reconnect to my phone had to reconnect to my own home Wi-Fi. Had a problem there. Okay, sorry for that. The phone does need to have cellular or Wi-Fi connection because it does need to pull the databases. So, unlike the calibration screen, this one actually shows you a little bit more. And if you notice here on the phone app, it actually wants those other jaws that I was showing you earlier on. So I'm going to loosen this up, take out the, take off the Honda, take out these two shoulder stops, jaws, adapters. If you look at the phone app, it shows you which side the right and left stay on the right and left, but at least you can zoom in, you can see the stuff. So it's kind of interesting with this one because it also shows where the yellow lines are on the app right here. You can see it wants to be the key to be lined up with line number 1, whereas on the calibration side we were lining it up with line number 2. So I just find it interesting that this particular key has a different style of jaw. And so you just kind of crimp it in. It's holding it from both sides. It's coming straight out. And I do recommend, after you have it tight, you think it's tight, crank it some more. I've had this flip out of the holder before. So close up the key, the splatter shield. Just tap the screen, it goes back, and you can click So here you have input where you can tell it manually you want to cut what keys you want to cut into. In this case, all we're going to be doing is decoding the existing key. Let's see if we can get a slightly better viewing. The hard part about this is the hellish light. There we go. And then on the phone app, we just click the decode button. The built-in backlight makes a very good light so you know what you're doing. It, however, makes it really crappy for trying to do a video. Oh, I forgot to mention, there is a hole in the top of this jaw, actually designed for an extra set screw to put vertical pressure down on that key blade so it holds it straight. And voila, we now have a perfectly decoded key. So, if you have a customer who has an older car, this will decode it, so that way you can make sure that, as this one did when I originally worked with this car, is you could start the car, pull the key right out, because the edges had all worn down. With a properly cut key, it no longer does that.